Hi students, in this video I'll be going through the 2022 A Math paper 1 question 3. Alright, so this is a question regarding partial fractions. Okay, so let's start by reading part A of the question. Okay, so divide 2x cubed plus 5x squared plus 6 by x cubed plus 2x. Okay, so to answer this question, we are going to use a long division. Alright, so let's start. Right, so the dividend is 2x cubed plus 5x squared. Okay, so at this point in time, you realize that there is no x term, right? Okay, so if there's a missing term and you are going in the dividend and you are using a long division, right? Okay, what we do is that we will put 0x in place of the missing x term, all right? Okay, then plus 6. Right, so later on you'll understand why we need to put this 0x over here. Okay, so the divisor is x cubed plus 2x, right? Okay, so the first thing that we do is we will take 2x cubed divided by x cubed, all right? So 2x cubed divided by x cubed, we will just simply get a 2 here, right? So we will minus, okay, 2x cubed. Okay, then the next thing will be 2x times 2. Okay, so 2x times 2 will give you plus 4x. Okay, so instead of writing the plus 4x below this 5 square, right, we will write the plus 4x over here, right? Okay, then we can do the subtraction. Okay, so as expected, 2x cubed minus 2x cubed, the x cubed term will be gone. Okay, 5x squared, there's a 5 square term over here. It's not subtracting any x square term. Okay, so the 5x square term will then just carry down, all right? Okay, next one, we have 0x minus 4x. So this is the purpose of the 0x term, okay? Just to fill this space, okay, so that we know that there's no x term here. Then we minus 4x, so we will get 4x over here. Okay, then same thing, the 6 will then carry down. Okay, so the next thing is to do is to check, okay, we can continue the long division. So over here, you see that it's just degree 2 only. Okay, by the divisor, we have degree 3. So once the degree over here, okay, the remaining term, right, is smaller than the degree of the divisor, okay, then we cannot continue the long division anymore, right? So this will just be the final answer. Okay, so a long division will just stop at this point, right? Okay, let's look at part B. Okay, so part B, we are asked to express 2x cubed plus 5x squared plus 6 over x cubed plus 2x. Okay, so you realize that over here we have the dividend. Okay, the dividend that we use in part A, and this is the divisor, right? And we have already done the long division, meaning that we can actually break up this term already. Okay, so let's see how it's going to break up. Okay, so you have 2x cubed plus 5x squared plus 6 over x cubed plus 2x. Okay, so just now when we use the dividend, that means in this case now is the numerator of this algebraic fraction divided by the divisor, which is now the denominator. We got a quotient of 2. Okay, so the 2 is the quotient. Okay, so the 2 will go here. This is the quotient. And then it will plus. Okay, this is the remainder. Okay, plus the remainder. Okay, which is 5x squared minus 4x plus 6 divided by the divisor. Okay, so the divisor is over here. Okay, so divided by the divisor. Okay, so now this thing will break up to this. Okay, 2 plus 5 squared minus 4x plus 6 over x cubed plus 2x. Okay, so they want us to express it in partial fraction. It means that you need to further break up this fraction. Okay, so now basically what we are going to do is we are going to do partial fractions for this. Okay, do partial fractions for this. Okay, so we are going to let 5x squared minus 4x plus 6 over x cubed plus 2x equals to. Okay, so at this point in time, what we need to do now is we want to factorize this part. Okay, so we want to factorize this part. Okay, so this one can actually be factorized to 2 plus 5x squared minus 4x plus 6 over, okay, so x cubed plus 2x, we can factorize out the x. So we will get x squared plus 2. Alright. Okay, so maybe instead of writing this, we will write x squared, x times x squared plus 2 instead. Okay, we'll write this instead. Alright. Okay, so at this point, what we have is a linear factor, okay, degree 1, and then we have a quadratic factor. Okay, so this one, x squared plus 2 cannot be further factorized, so it just remains as a quadratic factor. Okay, so if you recall from the partial fraction questions that you have done in the past, if it's a linear factor, then it will be broken up simply to be a over x. Okay, then if this is a quadratic factor that can't be factorized, okay, so it will be bx plus c over x squared plus 2. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to find a, b, and c. Alright, so we're going to multiply throughout by the denominator. So multiply everything by this. Okay, everything by this. So on the left side, you will just be left with the numerator. Okay, on the right side, we'll be left with this. Okay, we'll be left with this. Alright. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to find a, b, and c. Okay, so to find a, okay, we can replace the x with a certain value. Okay, that means substitute the x with a certain value. Okay, and the value that we can substitute, if you think about it, will be x equals to 0. Because when x is 0, this bx plus c times 0, the b and c will be gone from the equation, and then we can find a straight away. Okay, so at this point in time, whenever you do partial fraction, you pause and think, what is the easiest way to do? Okay, is it substituting values for x, or is it comparing coefficients? Okay, so in this case, you will be substituting x with 0. So let x equals to 0. So on the left side, we will have 5 times 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 6. On the right side, we will have 0 squared plus 2. Okay, so here will be just left with 6. Here will be left with 2a. So a will be equals to 3. Okay, so a will be 3. Okay, so we take note of this. Okay, then to find b and c, okay, I think the fastest way would be to equate coefficients. Okay, so for b, we will equate coefficient of x squared. Okay, so equating coefficient of x squared. Okay, so on the left side, the coefficient of x squared is 5. On the right side, this times this, you will get ax squared. So coefficient of x squared is a. Then this times this, you will get bx squared. So the coefficient of x squared will be b. Alright. So over here, we get 5 equals to 3 plus b. So b equals to 2. Alright. So we found a and b. Okay, then to find c, I guess we'll equate coefficient of x. Right, because over here you have a c times x. Right, so let's do it. So equating coefficient of x. Okay, on the left hand side, the coefficient is negative 4. Okay, over here you realize that there's no x term. A times x squared is an x squared term. A times 2 is a x to the power 0 term or a constant term. Okay, so on the right side, the only x term is cx. So that means c must be negative 4. Right, so in this case, we have completely we have found a, b, and c already. Okay, so we have completely broken it down into partial fractions already. Okay, so what we can write is, therefore, 2x cubed plus 5x squared plus 6 over x cubed plus 2x will be equals to 2. Okay, so don't forget there's a 2 in front here. Okay, the 2 here. Okay, then you split this one up into this, right? So a is now 3, so 3 over x. Then b is 2, c is negative 4. Okay, so we'll get 3 over x plus 2x minus 4 over x squared plus 2. Right, so this would be the final answer. Okay.